Hi. I am finally live. Getting set up a little bit. Just gotta load up the game and everything, and we should be good to go. Again, running this game off a hard drive is kind of transformative because of just how much faster everything loads. It's very nice. Yeah, we're just about ready to get started. Hope everyone's doing well today. Yeah, we made pretty good progress. We got through 19 out of 31 stages, but the last stage is so long that, and a lot of the stages are pretty long to the point that I don't think we're getting through the Great Maze tonight, but we'll see how far we get. I also don't know what the tracking situation's like with my model, at the moment. And we are ready to go once again. So yeah, we got through a decent chunk of the Subspace Emissary last time. So kicking us off today, we have Outside the Ancient Ruins. This is a very interesting opening. Hi Rob. Very big Rob or very tiny Pikmin. I do not know which the answer is. And that's a lot of Pikmin. Down the drain. I would be resetting if this was actually Pikmin. I guess that is just a really big Rob, given that Olimar in this game is actually pretty big. Olimar is not to scale, which looked like Captain Falcon's arms were crossed inside the Blue Falcon, but I think that might have just been my eyes playing tricks on me, and Captain Falcon also kills like the rest of the Pikmin, so we're just left with like a lone red Pikmin, because neat. Anyway, we're starting off with Olimar. Obviously, I don't need to go into details about my history with Pikmin, and it should be pretty well documented at this point, given I did 2 whole playthroughs of the series. Olimar in this game feels weird. I don't really like his playstyle, to be honest. I like how you can see the ship from Pikmin 2 in the background. But yeah, Olimar's supposed to be like an inch tall, so this is not to scale. Reminds me of everyone saying Ridley's too big to be in Smash and blah 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 blah, and it's like, you know what? A lot of these characters are not accurate. Pikachu's supposed to be like a foot tall. So, yeah, I don't think they're that concerned about accuracy. Oh god, hi. That is not ledge grabbable. Well, that was a very short run with Olimar. Anyway, I guess for Captain Falcon now. Captain Falcon, on the other hand, is interesting because F-Zero might be one of the only series in this game that I've actually not played, finished any games from. I have never finished an F-Zero. I've played a lot of them, because let's be real, they're all NSO, but or like Retro Console and whatever, like one of the GBA ones I think was given away for the Ambassador 3DS program. Oh, okay, that was not what I was expecting to... Okay, didn't mean to throw it again. But yeah, F-Zero's kind of interesting, because I've never actually sat down and finished any of them. I should, probably. I'm just bad at them, so I get discouraged. Yeah, I want to go through, like, X and GX. GX is hard. I don't know if I want to commit to that. I want to say for the shell pods, there might be separate trophies for the armored and broken armor versions, which are very annoying to get, if I recall, assuming I'm remembering correctly, but it's been a hot minute since I've actually gone for all the trophies and everything. Some of the Robs have, like, purple coloration, which is interesting. I want to say there are different versions of Rob based on region. The Japanese one having the white and red of the Famicom, and I want to say the like grayish color is the NTSC one. Rob has an interesting history because of the gaming crash in the 80s. If I recall correctly, Nintendo wanted to kind of make toy-like something toy-like to try to appeal a wider market. Oh, hi. Wish he had those in DK proper, but I feel like he does in one of them. I'm actually trying to think. Yeah, no, he can slow his descent, but not nearly to that level in Returns and Tropical Freeze. Alrighty, whole gang's here. I want to go with Captain Falcon again. This is a big brawl. Pun not intended this time. So yeah, we're gonna just try to breeze through this. In cases where you have not enough characters to fill out the 4-stock system in Subspace Emissary, it'll just cycle through the characters in the order you pick them. So if you have like 2 characters, you'll cycle through them. I'm trying to figure out what song this is. Yeah, those enemies just kind of take care of themselves. They fly off screen. Yeah, these guys are annoying because you can only hit them for max damage at very specific intervals. And yeah, this is the reason why I didn't want to do this last stream, just because I knew the stage was pretty long and would take a bit, so... Actually, no, this one's not that bad. I don't know what I'm talking about. Probably could have done this in like 5 minutes. I say greatly overestimating my ability to play this game, clearly. Yeah, so far so good. What just happened there, actually? I don't know what happened. It reflected somehow. Okay, so DK I picked because, you know, bruiser character, so this will be good for just clearing out the small fries. Not too much resistance, hopefully. Actually, that this is... Oh, they reflect. That one had a Franklin badge. That's what happened. I didn't see it, and that's why it threw me off. They gotta do the little dance. I wish they did, like, the actual ending dance from, like, DKC. Like, they just got out the guitar and everything. Anyway, Falco's work is done, I guess. So he's got his own stuff to do. And now we're inside the facility. Yeah, we probably could have done that last stream, but oh well. So now they've officially joined. We didn't actually complete that stage. Now I'm like, where the hell did we miss anything? Genuinely don't know what we missed. Oh well. Again, not really concerned about that because we'd be here all day. So we got a bit of a battle here. The Great Fox versus the Halberd, which again has been commandeered by the bad guys. So yeah, this whole time, basically Meta Knight's trying to get his ship back. Also, the Ice Climbers are here. So he's just kind of ditching the other two. It's like, hell no, Ike is not gonna be able to make it up here. So they're just kind of like, I guess we're down here now. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, all the characters' like paths are going in different directions, but they're all kind of intersecting at a point. There we go. And we got a spike wall, because it can't be that easy. Mind you, I don't really know how to play the Ice Climbers well. They're very unusual characters from the perspective of being like... separate. So for example, their up A, kind of like Olimar, is very dependent on the Pikmin. The Ice Climbers up A is dependent on having both Ice Climbers on the field, which is very annoying to me. I don't like that gameplay style. If I'm being real. I'm glad they're here. They're cool characters. Pun not intended again. But just like... It's neat seeing characters like Ice Climbers show up in Smash as like staples, except for 4, because 3DS limitations. What just happened there? I think I yeeted Nana into the other cannon. Yeah, the names are Popo and Nana, if I'm not... Popo and Nana, if I'm not mistaken. Given I'm not the best as the Ice Climbers, I'm just kind of breezing through. I think on my practice when I play as Meta Knight, because let's be real, I'm bad as the Ice Climbers. So for the sake of my sanity, it actually makes more sense to just stick with the character that I'm marginally better at, though I'm not admittedly good as Meta Knight either. But yeah, case in point, we can't up B without Nana, so we're just kind of SOL there. So yeah, again, for this playthrough, I've been trying my best to alternate characters. So like, if we're given the choice to play characters multiple times, I will opt to play whoever's new. Preferably... Yeah, these enemies are just annoying because they regen so fast. Or they can just go down on the spikes themselves. But yeah, he also has like this teleport that's kind of cool. Again, he can glide, he can do all sorts of like cool things. I feel like a lot of his moves aren't really inherently attached to Kirby though. Like his movesets and like Superstar and everything. Hi Serena, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the head pass. Congrats again. For yesterday. I'm real proud of you. I keep saying it. I feel like a broken record, but it's just because it's true. Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, you didn't miss much. Just a lot of Pikmin dying. Thanks, Captain Falcon. It's kind of weird that, like, for all the rival battles there are in this game, like, oh my god, you're probably the bad guy, I'm gonna go fight you. It's kind of weird that Olimar and Captain Falcon don't have that dynamic. Like, I guess that sort of ties into Pikmin in general, that I'm an outlier in not wanting Pikmin to die. Most people are not that concerned about Pikmin dying. Cause yeah, like that almost feels like it'd be an example of a time when they would square up, but nope. So now we get Frozen Hillside from Kirby Air Ride, which is a song that people are probably more familiar with now than they were when this game actually came out. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of music from... I already talked about this, but like a lot of music in Air Ride was actually from Right Back At Ya, or Hoshi no Kabi specifically, because for kids, they changed all the music out. Because of course they did. I really resent the trend in anime dubbing with 4Kids, and even Pokemon still does this and it pisses me off, of constantly swapping out the music. Like, they got rid of, in the 4Kids era, they got rid of, like, incidental music in Pokemon, too. Now they leave that intact, but they do still change out, vocal themes, which, makes me sad, because I like a lot of the Japanese vocal themes. Was that a trip? Okay. We haven't actually tripped much this playthrough. I'm a little bit surprised. Yeah, I genuinely feel like it's fascinating that most people probably don't even think about that because of how much the music got swapped out. So we got a little fun sequence here where we have to use the metal cap to sink down, not that far, and then climb up. So yeah, that feels very, very Kirby in design, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like something you'd see in, like, Superstar Great Maze. Great Cave Offensive. Again, I almost feel like Sakurai's design influence is very much felt. Pokemon still takes out the music? That sucks, because I know for, like, the later Advance era, they left in a lot of the incidental music, hence why we got, like, the music in the Jirachi movie, period. Yeah, having... Like, imagine if they just swapped the ending of the Jirachi movie out entirely. The only reason they didn't probably was because it's diegetic in the movie. Hi, Lucario. Case in point, we're swapping. Now, Lucario's interesting. He's kind of a high-risk, high-reward character. Where you kind of have to get the shit kicked out of you a little bit to actually max out Lucario's potential. Because his powers are based on aura farming. I say mildly facetiously. Hi, the long guy, welcome on in. But yeah, it's based on aura. Where your attacks go up, the more damage you take. God damn it. I want that. I do like how the CPUs avoid you if you have a star. Like, they know not to throw hands. Mostly just wanted it to keep him from getting it. It's kind of weird switching characters, so we're fighting the character we were just playing as. It's not confusing at all. Yeah, Forest Paw... God damn it, I'm tripping so much now. Gen 5 and 6 they started doing that again? That sucks. I hate that. Yeah, force palm is a grab. Like a command grab, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. Oh yeah, this is on purpose, because then it can do that. I'm saying that slightly facetiously. That wasn't entirely on purpose, but like, as a Lucario, you kind of do want to get damaged a lot just to power up. Yeah, that sucks. I stopped watching at partway through Gen 4, so I actually didn't know. I like how they have to separate cutscenes because of needing to account for the different outcomes, so that's why with like early cutscenes in the arena, they actually have to cut away a bunch. Oh shoot, hi. They have to cut away a bunch because they have to accommodate for like Mario or Kirby, Zelda or Peach, so there's so many variations for each cutscene. Also, the Ice Climbers are heckin' gone. They'll be fine. They joined a team, so they must be okay. I want to say this is a short level. Wow, I missed something in that level. I did so good at finding collectibles last time, and I'm not doing good this time. Also, yeah, Ice Climbers are totally fine. Also, hey, the game's all here. Again, it's one of the cool things about the Subspace Emissary is how their paths are crossing. The movies eventually got the whole Japanese score, except vocal themes, and it still makes me mad. Again, I've talked about this before, but for the Yancy movie, my favorite Japanese band, a band called Scandal, there's a story behind that, did the ending theme, and I really like it. It's one of my favorite songs by this group, but they got rid of it. Again, the other notable example I can think of is Papayami Yumi, doing the ending to the Lucario movie, and not being in the English version, obviously. The funny part is that's my only exposure to Papayami Yumi. I've never seen Teen Titans, which is probably where most people know of Papayami Yumi. Or the Cartoon Network show at the same time. Hi, Papayami Yumi. I think did I tell the story during during the Platinum playthrough? I meant to. Like, I was so normal about Pokemon that I literally bought the GBA game for Hi Hey Papayami Yumi just because they did an ending song for Pokemon, Lucario and the Mr. Mew. Like, not even kidding. Like, I was real normal about Pokemon for a while, and I kind of fell out of it. Not even for the reasons that everyone else fell out of it, which is like quality control issues in more recent gens. The reason I fell out of Pokemon was just burnout, basically. And again, the very frustrating part to try to explain to people, because people act so normal when you say this, I burn out in Pokemon around Gen 5. So yeah, people really are like respectful of opinions if you say you don't like Gen 5, as I've discovered. So yeah. And it's not even that I dislike Gen 5, I just think it's like overhyped, and the amount of people acting like I'm committing a sin by not liking it has just driven me to kind of be more like, I was neutral, and it kind of pushed me to having a negative attachment to that game. Which sucks, because I do genuinely want to give that game another shot, just like a fair shake. Because again, there's a lot to like about it. It's just kind of tainted in some ways. But I want to make new memories of it, hopefully better. And again, weirdly enough, I liked X and Y better because my burnout wasn't as bad at that point. Anyway, hi Snake, you're finally here. Kept you waiting, huh? That's like the only voiced line in Smash Bros. Brawl, by the way, for Subspace Emissary. There's like no dialogue in the story mode, and I think that actually is the only voiced line. I said kept you waiting, huh, because of the bit, but then I forgot he actually said it. That's very funny. Anyway, Snake is interesting in hindsight because there was a whole thing about like, oh, we can't have Snake using a gun in like Smash Bros. That'd be weird and wrong. Points at Joker. Though to be fair, it's an airsoft gun in Joker's case. It just has certain properties in the metaverse. God, I hate that's called the metaverse in hindsight. But yeah, it's like there's an explanation. But it is just weird in hindsight. And again, I ranted about this last time, but it genuinely irks me that this game is basically like a hybrid of like the beard makes him visually look more to me like Naked Snake / Big Boss. but he has the outfit from MGS2. So it's like a weird hybrid of the two PS2 Snake designs, and it kind of irks me that everyone just kind of took this design and was like, this is what Snake looks like. It's like, not really, actually. It kind of drives me insane. Can I tell you normal about the Pokemon anime? We should watch it together sometime. But also, like, maybe not while also going through One Piece, because that's a lot to catch up on as is. Okay, so Lucario is being a mediator, and it's go time. I've been playing as Meta Knight a lot, so I want to play as the other two a little bit more. Lucario, to use a term that people really, really hate, thanks MVCI, is a function, basically. So I find the concept fascinating. A lot of people hate this because MVCI sucks in a lot of regards, but basically it's like people talk about like a function of a character, as in this is not the character, but they have attributes of said character for the sake of keeping a character comparable to them in this game, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So for example, for MVCI, a lot of the roster from the classic MVCs were cut, which, you know, I do a thing where I say an acronym and I just expect everyone to know what MVC means. I mean Marvel vs. Capcom. I just realized, it's like, maybe I should actually say what this acronym is before using the acronym. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is like the bad one. Largely because one, it looks like ass, and two, actually no, there's a few points here. Two, it actually went from a 3v3 to like a 2v2, like, I think closer to like Marvel vs. Capcom 1, so that was seen as like a regression, and then, hell, what am I trying to say? It's hard to do this while also fighting for my life here. And yeah, it looks bad. It changed the gameplay a lot. A lot of it revolves around Infinity Stones, actually. And then the other biggest issue is it just cut so many of the classic characters. You're missing a lot of, like, the beloved, you know, roster. You're missing all X-Men, because this is when the girlies were fighting. Basically, like, there was a lot of pressure because of Fox owning the X-Men and a few other assorted characters like Fantastic Four. So Disney, being the lovable company they are, just kind of wanted to keep all like Fox adjacent characters out. So that means no Doctor Doom, that means no X-Men, that means, well, I guess Blade and Elektra have never been in one, or Punisher for that matter. So yeah, a lot of the roster got cut, so their explanation is like, oh, well, this character is like the function of this classic character, and it didn't really fly, because it's not just, I play this character for their specific moveset, I play this character because I like this character, and so it's a fundamental disconnect there. So all of that to say, Lucario is basically like a function of Mewtwo, because like, he's not exactly the same, but he has like a little bit of a grapple like Mewtwo did. For his side B, he has Aura Sphere, which kind of replaces Shadow Ball. But yeah, again, it is definitely not a popular topic, just because, yeah, people like the characters for the characters. Signed a Dizzy main in Strive when she was bottom tier. So yeah, it's not just I like playing this character because the gameplay style meshes with me, it's I like this character because I like the character. It's like, I definitely wouldn't play Dizzy in Strive if it was just about gameplay reasons, because oh boy, she was not great at launch, or at least when she came out. She's actually pretty decent now just because of the system changes in 2.0. I've already gone on record about this quite a few times, so the point stands, a lot of times I'll play a character not because they're good, just because I like the character. Another example is in Smash, like I said before, Zelda kind of sucks, but I always would play Zelda in like Ultimate, because I like Zelda. And I just kind of learned to live with her moveset, even though it's objectively, like, there are better options in that game. People are trying to get me to play as like Palutena, because she's like has similar moves in some ways, but also it's just fundamentally better. And it's like, I don't care, I want to play as the character I want to play as. I think people are too hung up on meta for games like this, and it kind of just eats away at like... It eats away at me being like, oh, you're playing a low tier, why? Like, you could be so good at this game if you weren't playing a low tier. Like, I just don't like that mentality, to be honest. Partly just the general snobbiness around it. But just in general, like... It just feels like you're playing a character to play the best character. It's like people who boot up Strive and they're like, I'm gonna learn Happy Chaos because he's S tier. Like, that just feels like such a gross way to play a game. I'm pretty sure there are top tier, like, competitive people who actually had that mentality. Like, they basically play Happy Chaos because he's top tier, and that's like the only reason why. And I just find that kind of gross, because, like, you know, I'd be playing as Fox in Melee if I wanted to play a top tier. But that's just not how I want to play Smash Bros. Like, I don't really enjoy the gameplay styles of a lot of top tiers in games. Again, the one exception being I did like playing as Joker in Smash Ultimate, and I do like Persona 5 a lot. But also, I ended up selling for Pyra and Mythra, who are also high tier, by the way. But I didn't play them because of their high tier, I just like Xenoblade 2. That was literally my reasoning. It's really not about, like, the gameplay for me. It's nice that I like their gameplay, that definitely helps, but it's not the reasoning, basically. Like, Dizzy is not a character I would normally play, archetypically speaking. You know, that's kind of a lie, actually, now that I think about it, because, like, Zelda's kind of comparable in some ways in, like, Ultimate, because she has the Phantom Armor, so it's like, you know what, this actually isn't that far removed, now that I think about it. It's like, there was a through line of why I can actually make Dizzy work. But yeah, all this to say, Lucario's interesting because he's got some aspects of Mewtwo, because Mewtwo isn't in this game, similar to Ike having some aspects of Roy because he's not in this game. And then it feels like they have to differentiate everyone, because like Roy's supposed to be like the stronger one, I think, which is funny because I think in Binding Blade he sucks horrifically. Like, he's real bad in Binding Blade. From what I gather, like, worst lord in the series is what I've commonly heard about it. Wow, we are getting no traction here. Holy cow. That sucked. I genuinely don't know why I couldn't even get a hit in, basically. Actually confusing. Yeah, footstooling is new. You can use that to meteor smash even in some cases. Not a good meteor smash, but hey. Better than nothing. Oh, I almost just went off stage on my own volition. Okay. Fighting at the edge of the screen like this is so scary, but definitely it's fast if you can make it work. Yeah, again, not an expert at this game by any stretch. Oh wow, that was actually active. I didn't realize initially. I just saw it flashing over there. I was like, what is happening? Metal Meta Knight. Say that 3 times fast. You know, I'm having a realization that part of the reason I don't like Subspace Emissary that as much from a gameplay perspective is they really love fights in just a big-ass arena. Like a big-ass empty room with no, like, pit. So, like, all you can really do is just, like, hit them off the side or through the ceiling. And it just kind of sucks because it limits options of how you can land KOs, basically. Just the overall feeling of like, yeah, why is this room as big as it is kind of the question I'm running into right now. Like, this room does not need to be this big for this fight. I know it's a double, and it's kind of meant to accommodate, you know, a second person, but the point still stands. This room feels like excessively big for landing these KOs. We have that problem with Samus, the double Samus shadows as well, where it's like, why is this room so huge? Oh, the cages, I think, had the little PD Piranha things on them. Yeah, little piranha plates. I like how he saves them, and they're just like, okay, bye, we're good. We're done now. It's like, not even gonna stop and say hello? Like, for real? Battleship Halberd exterior. So now it is time... Spoilers, I guess. Sheik is here. I kind of forgot, to be honest. Peach is just all smiles. I don't understand that whatsoever. It's kind of funny, because we had played Zelda before, but I haven't actually used Sheik at all this playthrough. I don't like playing as Sheik, if I'm being real. Because I'm so used to Ultimate. So, the funny part is, when I play Zelda and anything before Smash 4, I basically just pretend down B doesn't exist, which is probably not smart. And probably why I'm not good at Zelda in older games, because it's kind of like dependent on actually using her moveset and not just playing just as Zelda. I feel like I missed something. I don't know if I want to go all the way back. She's got a bit of a teleport, though it's a lot smaller. She's got like little dagger thingies, needles actually. She can charge them up like a lot of other moves and store them. What else does she have? She has Prince Swarm, though for the sake of this stage we'll stay as Sheik. She has a little flip, I think, right? No, she has a little chain. She can kind of wiggle around. This is very much like something Simon and Richter would get later on. I almost forgot Richter's name, which is weird, because I actually really like Rondo. Rondo is my favorite classic Castlevania without having finished 4, because 4 is actually a lot harder. But yeah, Lucario is another case of like literally my first Pokemon game was Diamond and Pearl, so like I don't think I need to go into much detail about my history with that character. Metal Gear is interesting though because obviously this game was my introduction to Snake as a character, because I was like, let's see, 2008, I would be about 12 at the time, so I definitely wouldn't have played a Metal Gear of my own volition. But I think this definitely inspired like a sibling to pick up MGS 4. No joke. Apparently there's an enemy in this room that's never seen anywhere else, which I think is the one directly below me right now. So yeah, just never seen anywhere else. I definitely missed an item, I feel, but it's fine. But yeah, the other thing is, I had a PS3 at the time. So what game did they pick? They picked Metal Gear Solid 4, because the collection wasn't out at that point. So like, that was smart. Picking the last game. It'd be like watching the last episode of like a long-running anthology before watching any of the actual show. So yeah, needless to say, I was terrifically lost. I had no clue what was happening in the story. Years later, I actually did replay the game and had a semi-decent time with it, because I actually sort of understood what was happening. I say sort of because it's still Metal Gear. There's only so much understanding you can have. I don't think we've actually seen Peach at all this playthrough. Again, Peach was originally intended for 64, but then it took until Melee to actually get her in, which is kind of wild. There you go. Piece of cake. So it has the old side B. Again, I feel like her moveset could use a rework too, because she's had this moveset since Melee, and I feel like you could borrow a lot from other games by this point. Even Super Princess Peach never gets any love, which I still actually have decent feelings on Super Princess Peach. It was very criticized at the time for being like stereotypical. It's like, oh, girls are super emotional. But like as a platformer, I think it's decent. And I swear a lot of discourse about Super Princess Peach just feels like men being mad at the game and trying to find reasons to be mad at it, and thus saying it's like, oh, it's not a positive portrayal of women, which is like, I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. There's a lot of examples of this where it's like, it feels like people outside the demographic are saying you can't like, telling people in the demographic they can't like a piece of media, and I don't vibe with that. That happens a lot with gaming, unfortunately, where it's like, oh, this game's offensive because, like a cishet white guy said it's offensive. And it's like, I don't feel like you should be speaking for the actual people affected. Like, I remember a lot of people got mad over Mario having a sombrero in Odyssey, and like most of the people I remember who got mad at it, from what I recall, were not in the affected demographic, but were just kind of being mad to be performative about it. This is a wild conversation to be having during this cutscene of all cutscenes. Also, Fox is getting very wrecked in this game, just from beginning to end. Oh yeah, the combo cannon from Kirby Superstar. You know, people always talk about one of the next cutscenes, but this cutscene's also kind of peak. So yeah, like that kind of rules there. But also, there goes Yarwing. Yeah, no, this cutscene's very good. I almost forgot about this part. And also why we don't actually deal with combo cannon in the game, probably. It's still there, it's weird, because it definitely feels like it should have blown up, but it's fine. Why was Zelda the only character that was said to be joining? It's weird. Anyway. We got these three guys. Yeah, Mr. Game & Watch is here. I don't know if we've really stated that so far. Again, I just find it really clever how like different side plots are all happening and then just kind of linked together. This is Duon. This is who I thought the other one was. Also, hi, whole gang's here. Also, Falco's here for some reason. I guess it makes sense given the Great Fox was caught up in all this. I like Peach, like, dusting off her dress. It's very cute. We'll give, Snake another try. He might be good against the boss. Or I could just suck. Yeah, the whole no gun rule for this is, like, very funny. Given Joker definitely uses a gun. But it almost creates a very interesting moveset for Snake. It's very based on, like, CQC from MGS2. Not so much 3, which again, this is solid Snake specifically. You got the Nikita missile, normally used in the game for like destroying a laser grid control panel, I think, or something. Like there's a hazard and you have to use a guided missile to get through. Again, it's interesting how Shadow Moses has elements of MGS 1, 2, and 4. Nothing from 3, obviously, because that's a prequel. But it creates this weird situation of, like, what games are even playable at this time? Ew. Like, legit, what Metal Gears were actually playable on Nintendo platforms at this time? The answer... Ghost Babel, and, the NES ones, Metal Gear, and then Snake's Revenge, which is like a side sequel that's generally seen as non-canon. And then Twin Snakes. Around the time of the 3DS's launch, Twin Snakes did get a... No, not Twin Snakes. Snake Eater got a remake on port, I guess, on 3DS, which is very scuffed. It's like, I think it's capped to 20 FPS actually. It's really weird. And even running it on like a new 3DS doesn't fix it because it's like a hard cap. My preferred way of... oh, this is cute. My preferred way of handling frame rate in games like that are to future-proof, basically. Some games have logic tied to frame rate, which is very frustrating. But in general, I think the best way to go about it would be to... basically set it up so... you have an option to cap the frame rate at 30 FPS, but you can also unlock it, which means it won't hit that frame rate target usually. However, that future-proofs it for later. So for example, in Switch 1 games, sometimes Switch 2 can brute force up to 60 FPS. So I actually like it when games have unlocked frame rates with the option to cap it. Gestures at Capcom. Glares at Capcom for a lot of reasons right now, but that is a petty reason right there. Because I really wish, like, the PS4 versions of Resident Evil would have a frame rate cap option, because on PS5 it can run at 60 FPS, but normally running on an actual PS4, even a PS4 Pro, it hovers more around like 30 to 40 FPS and it's very jittery. It's not a consistent, smooth experience. So I think it would be preferable to have the option to cap it, and I kind of wish the Switch 2 versions would do that too, because Requiem is also a game that's like running uncapped and sometimes hits 60 to an impressive degree, but also drops a lot. Same with Village. So again, I wish Village also had a frame rate cap to just, you know, limit it to 30 if you want a consistent frame rate, or uncap it if you just want the best possible frame rate, and then hopefully brute force it in the future, or use like variable rate refresh or VRR to obtain that more stable frame rate on certain televisions. So yeah, there are ways around it. I just feel like it's so weird to me that they like Capcom is so allergic to FPS caps. Oh, the other door is the optional one. Got it. Yeah, that's actually a very petty reason to be mad at Capcom. There's a lot of things I'm not happy with Capcom about right now. But yeah, what was I talking about? Actually, I got very sidetracked. But yeah, the 3DS version is interesting because in Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 original, you have no ability to like crouch walk. In 4 and Peace Walker, I think those are the first two, you can start crouch walking. I don't think Peace Walker actually has crawling. You can just lie prone, but you can't actually crawl in that one, which is weird. It's bad that you need both 60 FPS and 30 FPS to see that 30 FPS is kind of stuttering. That's also me, to some extent. If I'm playing a 30 FPS game long enough, I stop noticing it. But if I go back and forth, it's like really confusing to my brain. So yeah, I kind of need to see side by side to notice difference in motion. But like another game, as an example of this, believe it or not, is One Piece Pirate Warriors of all things. Because One Piece Pirate Warriors did not run great on Switch. But on Switch 2 it runs fine. So obviously you have reduced like LOD, like basically background loading and stuff, but the frame rate's still decent. So yeah, I do think there's a genuine benefit to uncapping a frame rate, or having the option to uncap a frame rate, even if you fully intend to not try to hit 60 FPS with it. Because again, the next generation might be able to actually get up to that level. This is like a level in not Great Cave Offensive, Milky Way Wishes in Superstar. There's a level like this where you have all these little like rooms connected by an elevator, And different ones have, like little enemies. In the case of Milky Way Wishes, some of them also have like power-ups, because like the way that game works is you have to actually collect Kirby's power-ups. So yeah, it's a very unique Kirby experience. I actually like it a fair amount. Yeah, the purple Robs are the NTSC version, if I'm not mistaken. The white and red are the Famicom version. Which is interesting having that sort of regional difference. The NES is a very different looking console in general to the Famicom. Did that really not get me anything? Okay. Where the hell's the door to actually move forward, though? I'm so lost. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Yeah, that took longer than it probably needed to, but it's fine. That's fine. Pikachu was at 236, I think, so... yeah, no. Oh shoot, we're on the other side of the gap. That's weird. Yeah, I actually wouldn't have played Metroid until after playing this game, probably. Barely, but probably. Because I want to say it was more like 2009 that I started playing Metroid. I might have been a stickler for the rules a bit as a kid. So for example, here's a game rated T. So I tried to not play T-rated games until I was like actually like 13, and I think that was at least a consideration. Melee was kind of an exception because it's very chill. It was mostly just because E10 didn't exist. I genuinely think there's only one scene why this game is T versus E10, because it's not that bad. And there's just one scene that's kind of icky in that's in the story. But for the most part, I feel like, yeah, no, it's pretty chill. Yeah, we're not doing the best at this part of the game, but it's fine. I'm kind of rushing, to be honest. I'm not being as thorough and methodical with items. And also, like, I'm not trying to, like, slack off on it, though, either. I mean, I am actually still trying to find everything. I can. But it can just be a little hard to see where things could be hidden. Like, case in point, I'm breaking a lot of blocks like that, but I'm still not having the best luck at finding T. What do you mean T for T? Yeah, Serena? I'm just wondering what that's referring in reference to. And again, checking like off-screen stuff, because this game loves hiding stuff off-screen. You don't know why that entered your brain? Yeah, I'm very confused. Oh shoot, okay. There's one part in the end game that I kept dying on. It was really weird. I just had the hardest time landing a specific jump into an attack. Captain Falcon's... well, he almost just ate it there. But yeah, his moveset's also very static, and I think it's also a disservice to him, but he also just doesn't have that much to work with, because he's in a racing game. It's also just kind of weird to think that at this point, when 64 exists, like, Captain Falcon was, like, a big deal, because like, X had just probably come out around then. And, like, the SNES games were pretty big, or SNES game. But, like, nowadays, F-Zero is not really a big deal as a franchise, because, like, let's be real, no one ever buys F-Zero games anymore, for some reason. It's very niche, it feels. Like, it's like people are like, oh yeah, like a new F-Zero would do so well. I think that's not remotely true. Whenever people are like, oh, why doesn't Nintendo make this? They'd make so much money. The answer is this game will sell 500,000 copies and that's it. And in the current gaming market, even back then, like the Wii U era, even then it was not the best thing. And now it's even worse that the cost of everything has gone up so high. So yeah, I'm of the boat of I wouldn't be shocked if we eventually get a new F-Zero, but I'm also just like, whatever. Because I'm not an F-Zero fan. And like, my indifference towards F-Zero isn't because I dislike it, it's just I haven't played enough of them to actually have a fan stance on it. like GX is hard, so I'd probably get very frustrated if I were to play GX. But beyond that, I just kind of like... I'm hit and miss on racing games in general. Like, I grew up with Gran Turismo, but I don't know if I was like the biggest fan of it. Now, that's a very different kind of racer, but also very hard, so that's why I use that as an analogy. Can we wall jump this? We can. Cool. Again, there's a lot of secrets, but it is funny how much you can kind of correlate design aspects from other games by this team. Like, basically by the Kirby team. Like, the way things are hidden is like, this feels very Kirby. It is something that I've been doing a lot, and I've been trying to get better at, is like talking about Sakurai as the person who made this game by himself, because that's not remotely true. And it's a huge issue I have with gaming discourse, is people just kind of putting one person as the lone person responsible, good or bad, for a game turning out the way it is, and that's a huge disservice for multiple reasons. For example, when a game turns out bad, everyone's like, oh my god, it's this person's fault. It's like, I'm so tired of how people talk about Tetsuya Nomura from Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy fame, because it's like, literally every bad thing in a Final Fantasy is his fault, basically, is how people talk about him. And it's dumb. IMO. Conversely, you have Yoshi P, that every positive thing is, you know, because of him, and, you know, Square Enix would be on fire as a company without him, which is also, I don't think, a healthy mentality to have about a game. Wow, that sucked. Where's that gonna put me, actually? Oh. Where the hell am I, actually? Oh, okay. I will be blunt, I thought this was gonna lead into like an action set piece, so that's why I put DK so early in this lineup. I regret putting DK this early in this lineup. Oh. I think I missed something, because I probably needed to hit that switch. For DK, obviously I played a lot of Mario games growing up, but the first DK I would actually play would probably be Jungle Beat, actually. I had a GameCube copy. And then eventually got the Wii version. Both are adequate. I think Jungle Beat's fun. It's not my favorite, partly just because it's more action platformer than core platformer. Hi GB, welcome on in, hope you're doing well. We're just slowly chipping away at Subspace Emissary here. I'm just kind of rambling about things at this point. I have played all of the DKCs except 3. I still need to finish that. Almost to the funny number. Cool. And yeah, you have all the different teams crossing paths now. Also, Ganondorf is here. Oh, this stage is long, isn't it? But also kind of like the last big thing before Endgame, actually, so... We're gonna get really close to... If we don't finish the game tonight, or at least Adventure Mode tonight, we're gonna get really close, like aggravatingly close to finishing it. Anyway, you're all turning on the Ancient Minister now. It's actually really weird how much emotion they can get out of this. So they're locked in, literally. I kind of forgot she had the grapple beam, not gonna lie. So hey, how do you feel about like imminent, you know, countdowns? Because hey, Metroid, haha, we gotta do a countdown. Actually, most Metroids don't even have a countdown anymore, I feel. Like, when was the last Metroid to actually have a countdown sequence? Because like, Prime 3 technically does, because you have, wait, no, that's silly. I think Dread has one. I think Dread's is kind of... don't know, it's been a hot minute. Is Dread's more implicit, like not directly stated as like, oh, we have a little countdown timer on screen and everything. I thought it was more just like everything is exploding and you have to get out, but I don't think it was as like time sensitive, but maybe I'm misremembering. It's been 5 years. I don't like that. Metroid Dread was 5 years ago. We're coming up on the anniversary of the announcement of Metroid Dread, actually. Because it was E3 2021, which was like the last E3 before everything went to hell. In a lot of ways. So yeah, Rob is interesting. Obviously his moveset is not really based directly on a lot of the games because he only has 2, so he has a little spinner thing like that. I don't think he has anything with Gyromite, actually, now that I think about it. He has a laser. It charges up passively, and then the little light on the top will flash as it's building up, which is cool. Cool. Yeah, I actually might pause here soon and go to ad break, because I think there's a cutscene. Wow, that sucked. Also, we have a very annoying enemy. So, oh god. On this fun cliffhanger, we're gonna leave it there, and once the ads are done, we'll finish up this part of the game. And we are back. So, let's hop back to it, see how much progress we can make. Hope everyone's doing well today. I don't know if I said hi GB, but hi GB. And yeah, hi Serena, the one guy, etc. I think that was everyone who wasn't lurking. Yeah, let's hop back to it. Thank you for the hydration check. Right, so we were on this fight. Oh goody, this can only end well. My Wii remote turned off again, so actually I need to like reach down here. I had my Wii remote under my desk because I was having signal issues. So, yeah, let's resume. Hell. Good start. These are like some of the most annoying enemies just because of their gameplay mechanic. Like, if you don't defeat them fast enough, they'll shield back up again, which just makes us take forever. Count Falcon's actually not a bad choice because the forward air is very powerful and makes short work of them. You can't chip them out otherwise, I'm pretty sure, but obviously it's not convenient. Oh, that sucks, just being like pincered between them. Fighting 2 of these sucks, I'm just gonna be blunt. Like, this is not great IMO. I actually don't know if they're taking damage from that. Either way. Yeah, no, like, we weren't fast enough. Like, that's how short the window is. That's ridiculous. I'm also not using stickers, which would boost our attack power and make this a little bit easier, actually. I should probably do that, huh? Oopsie. Hey, look, 3 minutes. Again, like I joked last time, it's like, is this like a one-piece timer where it's like... more like 15 minutes? Like the longest 3 minutes of your life. Basically, Rob is trying to get the other Rob units to stop, and they're not. The funny part is, when I played Pikmin 2, I wouldn't have actually known what Rob was, so I probably had no frame of reference until this game. It's like, oh, that's what that is. And also all the little blocks, too. The little Gyromite blocks that you find in, Hall of Heroes. You know what I think of when I think urgently needing to get out of a place in 3 minutes? I think an auto-scroller. I don't understand this. I also feel like that is a grievance I have with Subspace Emissary, is there's a lot of auto-scrollers, as it turns out. Like, too many IMO. I genuinely... I'm not the biggest fan, usually. We need to run, let's move slowly down this corridor, basically. So yeah, I feel like auto-scrollers can work, but I don't think for an urgent set piece like this, it's really the vibe. it's like, what is a good auto-scroller? And the first one that comes to mind is Mario Wonder, because I think the... Is the Product Plant level an auto-scroller, actually? I don't remember. It's like level 2, so I don't feel that averse just talking about it, even though it just got a Switch 2 release. I still haven't played that. Just have not felt inspired to drop $20 on it, to be blunt. Even though I would probably get enough enjoyment out of it for that. Wow, that's a very annoying set piece. That's a lot of mines, and they're motion activated. Okay, that was weird. I don't know that was how that was supposed to work, but okay. Oh my god, game, why are you starting me all the way at the top? What the hell? That's mean. Oh good, like you get a little reprieve and back to auto-scroller. It's like you get the illusion of choice for a moment of like, oh hey, we can actually move at full speed. Nope. Yeah, that heart container would have been great, like, a little bit earlier. Oh hi, you are... I was gonna say Piccolo, but I don't remember what that character's name is in F-Zero. I don't even know if that's the right Dragon Ball character I'm thinking of. So hey, this is a very Kirby design of giving you a little heal room before an actual fight. The funny part is this reminds me of a set piece, that fall down that, like, I don't know what that would be. It's like a tube but vertical. I don't know what to call that. But like, it reminds me of the Meta Ridley set piece in Prime 3 from the year prior, where you're falling down and having to fight Ridley. That's a really cool set piece, actually. IMO. Again, Metroid Prime 3 is such a mixed game for me, because I feel like parts... Okay, think about it this way. That whole ass auto-scroller only took up a minute of our time. And so now we have 2 minutes to fight Meta Ridley. So yeah, it's like that is a long 3-minute timer. I can't believe this is working as well as it is. But it's working, so I'll take it. Oh god, I don't know if I'm making it back from that. Okay. Again, my other issue with Subspace Emissary is the game itself is very inconsistent on what you can actually ledge grab. Like, it's very, like, unclear sometimes if you can ledge grab something. Like, there's been so many times I've died just because it's like, oh, that doesn't have collision. Cool. So yeah, after the longest 3 minutes in the game, we're fine. Yeah, and that is an interesting set piece because this side of the crew is meeting up, and the people on the Halberd are meeting up. Oh shoot, there's at this like cliff area. I was like, wait, is this the same cliff from Ultimate? Like, is that the point? Pico, that's what I was thinking, Piccolo. I wasn't that far off, actually. Entrance to Subspace. This cutscene is widely considered like the best cutscene in the game. I cannot really disagree with that notion, to be honest. It's a very good cutscene. At the rate we're going, we're gonna get to the very end of the Great Maze by the time of stream end. And it's like, do I just push a little bit long to finish at this point, or do I like leave it for next time and we'll just go through all the optional modes? Not optional, but the other modes. Again, this cutscene is very good. Like it's normal, like it starts very quiet, which I think is a very good vibe. And yeah, the halberd just gets absolutely wrecked, as it often does. Just the way it like tears apart too, and like the sound of it tearing apart as it like flies towards the camera. It's like there's a lot of effort put into that. Also, Olimar's ship is here for some reason, which also raises the question of like the logistics of all the characters being in like almost 30 characters being in these like 4 ships. Like, shouldn't there be 2 R-Wings? Also, Kirby's here. And of course Kirby has the cool moment, because again, slight bias. IMO at least, it just kind of feels like Kirby often gets the very cool moments in these story modes. Yeah, I don't know, that's just a really cool scene. It holds up pretty well too. Also, hi, gang's all here. This reminds me of all things Final Fantasy IX, which is a game I might do for Rock Girls Favorites at some point, but I'm a little bit on the fence about. Just because I... on one hand, really love Final Fantasy IX, but I don't know if I want to commit to doing 2 Final Fantasies back to back. That feels like a nightmare. Because, like, that's 2 very long RPGs in close proximity to each other, and that just feels like a bad idea. At least Xenoblade 2 and 3, 1 have Nintendo ties, so that helps, but also, as big of games as they are, I also feel like I will enjoy them. And I'll also probably do New Game Plus to speed them up. Unless you want to see me like roll blades, that's the only like dynamic that would make me consider doing Xenoblade 2 not New Game Plus, is having to get all the blades again and seeing the actual order we get them in. The problem is being a, you know, retrospective playthrough versus a what am I even trying to say? A retrospective playthrough versus a first-time playthrough is... there's no surprise, like, oh my god, who's this, like, silhouette? There's none of that, because I know all the rare blades. Will I remember them? Maybe not, but I actually know all the characters at the very least. So yeah, that is the one consideration I have of, like... it would be kind of fun to have the, like, oh, hey, which character will I get? But it's also kind of, like, a moot point when I've already played the game as much as I have. Because I've logged 200 hours in this game trying to get every Blade quest done. So, like... it's not the freshness of that for the sake of this playthrough. And that, like, gimmick of it being a first-time run. So yeah, I'd almost be tempted to do New Game Plus for both, just to speed it up. Xenoblade 1's weird because it actually spoils the identity of a villain in the opening cutscene, because for some reason they use this character's appearance from later in the game for the opening flashback part of the game. And like prologue part, so oopsie. For Xenoblade 2 also, there'd be almost a actually, how does Xenoblade 3 handle that? Like, does it just keep the costumes you had when you, like, booted up the game? Like, do you keep... actually, that's something I can just Google. Like, do you keep all the classes and everything? It's kind of funny with how much Kirby bias is constantly being perceived in this franchise. And Kirby's still not a good character in most of these. Like, Kirby's not that great, to be honest. Like, very unwieldy to actually play as. Ow. Case in point, I'm not a Kirby main. But yeah, if all goes well, next time we might be able to finish the game, actually. Depending on how much progress we have in this. We might just push along next time and try to actually get through all the, side modes. Oh hey, this is kind of interesting. Ganondorf turning on Bowser and then eating him. Well, not eating him. I thought he was gonna, like, kick him off the cliff. So, when I said Final Fantasy IX, spoilers for Final Fantasy IX, but it's a game where you basically have a main villain, and then at the very last minute you have a swerve of, oh shoot, this isn't the main villain. And Final Fantasy IX is actually a very interesting one, without going into spoilers, because the character literally has no tie to the story, just shows up at the end. Which is one of the controversial things about it. But it's kind of like a symbolic thing. It's something that I actually feel a lot with Xenoblade 3, where literal storytelling versus symbolic storytelling kind of causes a conflict on how people feel about it. From up tilt, that makes sense. Also, I think Kirby's grab is really good in 64. Oh yeah, the move that insta-kills you, not just in this, but like in the actual game. This move will insta-kill you and I hate it. So yeah, everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. So yeah, this is Taboo. He's just absorbing everything into the void. But he's giving us an ominous staircase if we want to challenge him. Oh, that's how the Great Maze works. It's just they're all connected. I've somehow never thought about that. Maybe because Hey, right there, right on. That's a good song. The feeling that this game has more Naganuma songs than, Crossworlds is weird to me. Okay, so... Again, Kirby bias might be at play here, but also this is actually completely in character. So, D&D was cooking, essentially. So these badges turned them back. So, D&D was basically trying to round up a squad to try to fight Taboo, worst case scenario. Mind you, is this a good plan? No, this sucks. This is a dumb plan. Why don't you tell people? Like, talk to people, please. But this is just D&D. This actually, again, is completely in character for him. Let's just break the Star Rod, because it's gonna be used to, like, resurrect an evil demon. Instead of just, like, you know, talk to someone about, like, what you're doing. Hi, Samus. So now, our goal... and I'll do my best not to miss any, is to round up everyone. Again, I will do my best not to miss any, cause, yeah, no. There's a lot of characters, and if we miss one, it'll be annoying going back for them. We should have like 31 at the end of this. 32 is at the end. And then 33 is, 33 through 35 are post-game. So I'll do my best not to leave anyone behind, because that'd be very tragic, actually. I swear I had a guide up of, like, where they all were, except I can't find it anymore, like the guide I was using. Did that just take a trophy? That just took a trophy. I'm gonna reload. That sucks. Okay. And I'm gonna hope it's still going to be there, because if it's not, I'm actually gonna be mad. So yeah. Sorry, Lucas. That was very unfortunate. Left first. I again did the practice run, so this is something I kind of still know about, even though my memory's not good, and I probably will forget things. Hi, DK. You're here now. I'm paranoid. I'm gonna check down here real quick. Okay, this is the door we came from. Ow. is there anyone over here? Nope, this just takes you to the same spot. So, yeah, just peace of mind, want to make sure. Should probably actually fight these, because they will cause problems later on, otherwise. So next up, I think we want... Oh, hi, Marth. That was on purpose. Alright, got Fireball. Luigi's interesting because he's sort of like a pseudo-Echo. His moveset was very close to Mario's in 64, but he's kind of diversified ever since. He has the weirdest Final Smash in this game. I forget what it's even called, but like, you just banish people to the Luigi realm or something. Oh, there's one that's really obnoxious, I'm just remembering, where it's like on a falling block and you have to like hurry and get it. I'm also gonna beef this probably. Never mind, first try. Add the heart. Okay. I got overconfident apparently. I had the hardest time getting Game & Watch on my previous run. I just kept missing that bomb block over and over again. Hi Diddy. This is an auto-scroller, but it kind of like loops on itself, I think. Like, it just kind of goes in a circle around this room. It doesn't... Ow. Well, should not have waited around, apparently. Hi, Deity. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. I'm just gonna move on, because that room's dangerous. And then Mario. I don't know if that's everyone. I'm gonna hope. I thought like Peach and Zelda were here, but that might be the next stage. Negative Zone. That's funny, because, like, Woe Zone. Captain Falcon, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Falco, Fox, Ice Climbers, Ike, Kirby. Did I get Ike? I'm very concerned. No, wait, that's entrance to subspace. I had the wrong guide up, damn it. That's why I couldn't see where they all were. So yeah, we have a brawl between the two heavyweights here. DD can yeet various things. Occasionally he can throw a Gordo. He also has this, which I think then retroactively kind of... Like, a lot of things in Smash are interesting because they kind of retroactively get added back in other contexts. So I want to say, like, the Jet Hammer in later games almost feels like it's a... Like, Masked Deity's Jet Hammer is almost like... from this game first. But it's not quite the same. It did not take my up tilt there. Ow. I actually don't know how two-player works for some modes like this, if they just play as a second deity. Because I kind of want to say that's the case. Okay, we have a Deku Nut. If we can land this, that'll be good. Damn it. I would have been surprised if he had just let me do that. Oh my god, I don't like playing as heavyweights. That sucked. Samus, Pit, Falco, Lucas. Again, I don't know if I found Ike. Now enter the door to Lucas and go to the left. Maybe I did get Ike. Because I did go left there. I did get DK. Yeah, no, I got Ike. So yeah, slowly reassembling a team to actually take on this big bad. Yeah, just quick roll call to make sure I didn't miss anyone. We have no one. Mario, DK, Samus, Fox, Luigi. It's like Samus, Pit, Falco, Lucas, Ike, DK, Diddy, Pokemon Trainer. I don't see Pokemon Trainer. Did I forget Pokemon Trainer? He's found the door surrounded by bomb blocks northwest of Donkey Kong. Damn it. Well that's awkward. Again, I want to have all characters for this, so we're gonna go back in. Yeah, no Pokemon Trainer. Pikachu we got. We didn't get Pikachu either. So oops. We got Marth, we got Fox, we got Olimar. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to do the whole stage again. At least I hope not. Thank you for the posture reminder, given that I am not doing the best. Platform northeast of Ike. So I think it's in the next room. How did I miss that, actually? Ike is in the next area, because Lucas is up here. Northwest of Donkey Kong. Oh, I didn't go northwest, I just went straight east after, I think. Yeah, it's up here. I just did not go this direction. Well, I guess I get to test my theory on if this actually works this way. Alright, experiment time. Yeah, we get to keep the characters, so yeah, that should be everyone. That didn't take long, thankfully. I'm gonna be a little bit more on the ball, hopefully, here, because I actually found the guide. I had it open to the wrong place. So also Kirby's here. So yeah, Peach and Samus are or Peach and Zelda should be right away here. I need a project. Well, I guess I don't need a projectile now. Just face tank it. Shoot, Final Cutter would work. Why am I like this? Ow. Nothing down here. Okay, not the best strategy on my part. I guess I could use stone on these, huh? Or I could just run into them because my input was too slow. Okay, so Link should be in the next room. This next room is a little bit tricky. I don't know if it's like a one-time thing, but you do need to go in a specific order to actually get them. I think Meta Knight doesn't matter, though. Or not Meta Knight, but Link doesn't matter. For Yoshi, you want to break the one on the left, apparently. Like so. And for Lucario, you gotta break the one on the right. Cool. Again, I want just to have the full squad, especially Pikachu, because I actually know how to play as Pikachu. And Pikachu is sort of like a main in a way. No Pikachu in this game, it just occurred to me. Yeah, a lot of roster cuts, and I don't know how to feel about it. I almost feel like fighting games have the issue of kind of spoiling people now. Like, you just have these big-ass rosters, and then the next game they usually start from square one, and it always creates this weird problem of what happens when you have to cut the roster down. And a lot of people don't like that, because it's like, I'm weird about fighting games, I admit I'm an outlier. If I play a character, and they're not back in the next game, I'll just find a new character. And if I enjoyed the series enough, like Guilty Gear is an example where I know Bridget or Dizzy, or like characters I kind of know how to play as. Yeah, no. Dizzy and Bridget will never be base roster, because they make too much money. So, in the case of Strive, I actually didn't mind not having a main for a bit, just because it kind of forced me to actually learn the roster in a way that I wouldn't have otherwise. Like, it forced me to engage with character mechanics I wouldn't have otherwise. Same with Smash to some degree, with lacking a main in these games. It just kind of forced me to experiment more. But some people will like, I'm not playing this game unless, like, Sin is in it. And then he plays radically different, so people still don't want to play Sin in this game, who, like, were XR'd mains. in some cases. I don't know if there are any examples of this. I'm just saying as an example of this. Some characters like, you know, Slayer and Venom, I think are like two of the DLC characters that this is really applicable to. Like, they're very samey to their old versions, to the point that you probably could easily go back and forth. But like, even Jam feels significantly different in Strive compared to Xrd. I don't know if I want to go that way. Is there something down here? There is. Munchlax. That did not get as much height as I was hoping it would. Alrighty. Just walk right into that. Okay. Hi, Snake. This should be the last one that you actually have to look for, unless I just misread and missed something on a glance. That's possible, though. Even Kirby's movement speed isn't great in this game. Hi. Oh my god, owie, ouchie. Dang, okay. I do not appreciate that. There we go. I can just eat it, that's fine. But like, if Pyro and Mythra aren't in the next Smash Bros. Game, I'll just mess around with different characters until I find someone I like. Because that's how I approach fighting games. When June, like, wasn't in any other Tekken between Tag 2 and 2012 or 2013? Yeah, 2012, because it was the Wii U launch year. Yeah, no, Bowser's not happy about being betrayed, as you would expect. I do like that. He just styles on Ganondorf and walks away. I like how Dedede's genuinely happy to see Kirby. Cause like, again, Dedede isn't a bad guy. He just makes bad choices in how he tries to help. It's like, I'm just gonna not tell anyone my plan, and then just kind of set all these gears in motion and hope everyone figures it out. And everyone's like, dude, what are you doing? You can't just do all this shit and expect people to read your mind on the plan. The only game where he's like actually bad is probably Dreamland, and by extension Milky Way Wishes. Not Milky Way Wishes, Spring Breeze and Superstar. I assume these little cutscenes here are specific if you rescued the characters. In the case of Wario, how would you miss Wario? He's right there. Unless you purposefully didn't get him. But like Zelda and Ganondorf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18... 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. That should be everyone, I think. Yeah. Also just budget reasons, I feel like they wouldn't do that. So like, I think that's everyone. 1, 2... Am I forgetting anyone here? Just double checking. I think we're good. Well, time to suffer. Great cave time. I like Ike, actually. Meme aside. He's heavy, but he doesn't feel as clunky as some characters. Thank you, Serena. I have a map. I should actually open that up. Oh, hi! I forgot you were here. So, the goal of this is to fight everyone again. So, we're gonna be here for a bit. Again, no guarantee we'll finish this tonight. We might do the tail end of it next stream. Worst case scenario. I actually don't know how saving this stage works, now that I think about it. Like, you can just resume, I think. Hope. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a map just to make my life a little easier. because this is a little confusing. So, we have this big-ass area that is an amalgamation of everywhere we've been already. So, for example, we have to just go through the various areas we've already been to, remix slightly with different enemies and whatnot, and then fight a character, or several characters in most cases, to break the barrier to taboo. Realizing conceptually how similar this is to a World of Light with the copy system in that game, which is how much they were trying to copy everyone. So yeah, just getting that set up like so. So I can actually see what I'm doing. Hopefully get through this a little bit faster with a map. Though again, I don't think we're getting through it all today. Oh, hi! That didn't work. I tried setting up a thing, but I guess it was too close together. But hi, thank you both for the raids. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Freeze. I hope the rest of 14 went well. I did pop in for a bit to help in massive air quotes. Yeah, hope it went okay. Again, the two raids were so close together that it didn't actually play. Like, I tried to set it up to automate posting the shadow command, but it was on cooldown, so I will do that one manually in a moment. Yeah, we're just on the Great Maze. I'm in hell. Someone with not a good sense of direction. You're now level 60, 2 more levels and then you're free until Shadowbringers. Yeah, hell yeah. I need to catch up. I've realized that next week, being MomoCon, there's a genuine chance that by the time y'all continue, I might be caught up to y'all. Because I just have like 3.1 to get through. That shouldn't actually be that bad. I'm gonna go down first. Yeah, okay, down first was the correct choice. Sounds like Great Maze, alright, yeah. Local cat dive bombs primals. See, I don't even have to ask for the raid message this time, because I was there for that. There we go. Again, it's funny that I play Ike when I actually don't play Ike regularly. But in the case of like single player content, I think Ike is really fun. You can kind of just power through everything real easily. Well, easily by my standards, which maybe isn't necessarily the easiest. There we go. Decking that to add insult to injury. Yeah, good to know that my little, like, mix-it-up setup actually did work. Albeit, again, the grades just came too close together to activate automatically for both. Ow. But yeah, I do have a map up, so hopefully this won't be as torturous. I actually don't mind the Great Maze, just because, as a kid I was very impatient. But I feel like now I don't mind it as much. It's just kind of like going through little short, small areas from earlier on. Biggest problem is fighting everyone again, because I'm bad at this. You know, in terms of finishing Subspace Emissary, the one thing we probably won't be able to do this stream, unless I push long, god damn it, is the bonus fights, if I decide to do those. I thought that could Meteor Smash, but I guess not. Yeah, I hope 14 went well. Thank you for the raids. If you're new here, hi, I'm Yuna. I'm a Snowfox VTuber. Going through games that mean a lot to me in a series called Fox Girls Favorites. We're currently on number 20-something, which is Smash Bros. Brawl. Which is going pretty well so far. Okay. I'm not using stickers for this playthrough just because I'm lazy, to be blunt. Like, I should be using stickers, but I'm not. Just because, you know, taking the time to do a proper build takes a while, so like, I'm just gonna be lazy. And probably pay for my hubris as a result, because I do that a lot, it feels like. Yeah, in terms of 14, I don't know what I want to do after Astrologian. It's like, I could switch, I guess. Why is there another door here, actually? Like, what's this for? Genuinely. I guess if you somehow got over there and then we're stuck. But I don't know why you couldn't just jump back if you did all that. Very confusing, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I want to roll with Astrologian past where I'm currently at, though I have enjoyed it. Again, something to consider in the future. I'm not sure what blowing up the block actually is for now that I think about it. So now we have a fun little room. This is like a loot point later on. Oh, hi, Son. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing okay. Given the first message is ow, I will take that as a sign that things may not necessarily be okay. Foot hurts. Oh, I'm sorry. Pat the rat. I hope you feel better soon. All the hugs. Yeah, this loops back eventually when you do the main boss of this little segment. But for the meantime, we just have to go straight. Which I know, that's not something I'm known for doing very often. Yeah. Ow. What the hell? Taunting too. Again, I don't think we're actually getting through all this tonight. At the rate we're going, you know, we have a lot of ground to cover still. And then the boss, which might take a try or two, just because Taboo sucks to fight. A lot of the characters end up having like a finisher at the end of a jab, like infinite jab in Ultimate when you release, which is nice. Gives us a little bit more flexibility. Oh shoot, that was dumb. Did not think that through at all. Yeah, I'm not the best at this game if it wasn't apparent. Right, I mapped up tilt to right stick. I should actually use that. Or I can just do that, that works too. So this should take us to another warp room. Trying to decide the order of operations here. Well, first we should heal, obviously. Because we got very roughed up there. That should be the way forward, so I'm gonna go this way first. It should loop back, but still. And we got Duan again. Actually, Zelda's decent against bosses because she has like a sweet spot on most of her like aerials. Which is actually very easy to hit on a boss because big hitbox. I say as I missed a down air somehow, which because I think that also has a sweet spot. I'm somehow missing it. So I'm a little bit confused by that. I'm trying to think of any other characters that I haven't talked about my personal histories with. Game & Watch is one, which is I have none. I didn't even play the Game & Watch Gallery games as a kid. The only times I played them were like emulating, like the GBA one, and playing a little bit of, I think, one of the Game Boy Color ones. Obviously, I've never had an actual Game & Watch. Definitely would not have known about Mr. Game & Watch if it wasn't for, Brain? You wanna work? Wouldn't know about Mr. Game & Watch if it wasn't for Melee. Okay. So, another fun thing about this is, eventually, if you get far enough, the game will just straight up tell you where the next thing is. Like where the ones you're missing are, which is nice. Yeah, this room, like the longest room, it feels like. Yeah, we have to kind of scour for all the different doors, so we have to go through most of the pathways. And yeah, they're kind of they're kind of corresponding to where they were in the story. So like Pit was in the sky area, Snake is on the halberd, which is where we first met him. Yeah, Metal Gear is a weird one because of just me never having played Solid 1, which is still weird to this day. It's like, you'd think I would want to, and I do, it's just I've never gotten around to it. I can't believe that worked. I didn't think that would be enough, actually. So yeah, a lot of the doors don't actually lead anywhere. You played 1 in 5. Oh. Interesting. Interesting grouping of games, to be honest. Like, 5 is so frustrating to me, because it just feels like scope creep just ate the game alive. Which is a shame, because I feel like it could have been something really special, but just wasn't. Because of, like, scope creep being so bad. Like, it not even being able to... And also Konami, of course. And, like, Kojima also, to be blunt, having to set up his ass a little bit. With, like, his creative process, like, recasting and stuff, just because he really liked 24 at the time. Hi, Mr. Game & Watch. You look weird in this shading, actually. Same with Metal, Mr. Game & Watch. It looks slightly uncanny, because he's like a 2D thing. You liked 5 a lot, mechanically speaking. Also, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't get bits very often. So that genuinely caught me off guard. 5 is very fun. I love 5 as a turn your brain off and just run around kind of game, but the story of 5 is objectively pretty bad, IMO. As in, it literally doesn't have an ending. Wait, is that all that's here? There's a key. Where's the key? Like, what the hell? Oh. There's my memory coming into play again. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can do this as Ike. Barely, okay. And I dropped the key anyway, god damn it. So now I have to do this again. And the enemies are probably... Oh good, the enemies didn't respawn. You have great bits. I thank you? I think? Well, that was loud. Oh, that just goes to the same place. That sucks. Like, what's the point of that? You can actually hit the save door. So yeah, just refreshing the characters a bit. Yeah, 5 is a very fun game to play, but yeah, the story is objectively pretty bad, I'd say. Small starts as 3D before being flattened by the game. Ah, that makes sense. So the actual filter makes them look less flat. It's weird. But that works. Yeah, like, I just kind of one-shots everything, and I like that, because I am bad at this game. So now we're back up here. So I guess I want to go this way next. Now, platforming is like, it's not my favorite thing in the world. This sucks. Okay, okay, fine. We're good. Cool. Next up, we have Meta Knight. Ow. Good start. Wow, that hit the upper platform. I forgot that actually worked that way. Okay. That was so early, I'm amazed that actually worked. This background is cool, actually. The only problem with playing Ike for this is just, like, not having much to work with in terms of fighting fast characters. Oh shoot, we're in Motherland. It's like, I probably shouldn't word it that way, huh? That just makes me think of the ending song from, Fullmetal Alchemist. Speaking of which, that actually goes into something else I was talking about. The singer of that song, did an ending for Pokemon for the Shaman movie. And again, one that was not an English version of the movie. I think she was also a voice in that one EA Monster Hunter attempt. Wild Hearts, I think. I think she was a voice in that, which is like the weirdest piece of trivia. I'm not trusting that. I'm gonna go up here first. We probably have to fight Porky, huh? I don't know which door is the right door. I think it's this door that's the boss. Or not the boss, but the... How? What the hell? Okay. Yeah, certain times Ike is not great, and this is kind of one. Hoping some gummy and HRT and pizza can help me just not. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, son. If you need anything, let me know. So hi, Peter. And yeah, hi Raiders. Because I didn't actually say hi, Raiders. Push too hard during work. Yeah, that's fair. I'm very proud of the hard work you put in. And my life would not be the same without you in it. I know I have the compliment command, but that's like a freebie. I think I still have that. Okay. So now we're in this area. By this area, I mean, where the hell are we? I've kind of lost track of where we are. If I'm being real. If I was playing Ike, I could probably chip that out through the wall. As is, I'm like, how did I actually hit that? Ow. Yes. Yes on? I see. Oh. I kinda got stuck in the wall somehow. It's ancient anyway, you don't need them? Oh, okay. Work stuff, got it. But yeah, I hope the stream also helps. Me just kind of vibing with the game like this. I always hope my streams are relaxing. I think that's the vibe I kind of strive for, is like relaxing. Because I don't think I'm like inherently the best at being like the funniest, haha, here's a clever bit kind of streamer. I think I'm better as like a chill streamer. You know, chill streamer definitely has connotations that I've seen on social media. Which I probably should not go into. What if I just do this? Like, you can't stop me. Okay, maybe you can stop me. Okay. Oh, Pikachu's real hecked here. We ain't surviving Pikachu for Porky. I don't even know the best move for fighting Porky as Pikachu. Cause like a lot of Pikachu's hits are like moves are like slow multi-hit moves. Well, I guess I don't have to actually worry about that any longer. Okay. Well, we have this too, that might help. If I can get it to work. Alrighty. That... I looked away for a second as I was just mashing A. What happened to his health bar? Because I swear he had like half health and then suddenly like no health. So yeah, we're back here. This is a loop point. So we're gonna make our way back slowly to the room we were just in. Fireworked. I'm pretty sure that's a typo, but it is funny as a pun of fireworked. Ah. So next, I think I want to go down. Wait, I'm confused. Yeah, I want to go down next. Miss Fox is so pretty. Oh, thank you. So are you. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened to my brain cells there. I just kind of forgot. Like, oh yeah, I have to like jump after. I have to like survive. I thought Captain Falcon was just about to like eat shit entirely of his own volition. I've almost suggested trying to get a crew together from Metal Gear Survive, but I also don't know if I want to wish that upon anyone. I also don't know if I want to spend like $10 on it. I think the servers are still up though, so it would be possible. It almost would be potentially fun to get a crew that just riff on that game. It's funny, as much as I grew up with like Mystery Science Theater, I feel like I don't actually riff very much on games. Because I respect quipping, but I'm also not the best at quipping. It's like a paradoxical quip situation. Okay. I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, it doesn't work that way. I was hoping it would teleport around, but I guess I can do this. That works. Again, I'm dodging most of the enemies just because I don't want to be bothered fighting all these. Pikmin 3 is one of those games that was like on the Fox Girls favorites list for a really long time, as I was like constantly mulling over if I wanted to play Pikmin 3 for it or not, because I like Pikmin 3, I just don't think it's like favorite tier. Why is it playing Butter Bridge? Or Gourmet Race? Like for Olimar. I mean, Olimar doesn't really have good battle themes. This is stupid. I'm gonna pay for this. Okay. Okay, barely. Didn't pay for this. Cool. Oh, okay. Ad break starting soon. That's awkward. Ow. I don't know if I can get back to the save door in time. Okay, we're gonna have to go through all this room. So yeah, we're gonna pause here then. Hope for the best on that. And yeah, we'll see how far we can get in this in the next hour. Hello, I have returned. So yeah, we'll hop back to it, see how far we can get in this. Again, don't think we'll be able to finish this quite yet. If I'd started earlier, I could have pushed along, but oopsie. But yeah, well, with this shot, I need to turn this music off. It's very conflicting. And once again, I think we're ready to go. So where the hell were we? The jungle, apparently. Ow. Thank you for the hydration check. I'll get on that momentarily. Why did I do that? The biggest challenge so far, climbing a ladder. Which is just Metal Gear Solid 3, to be fair. Mind you, it's not a hard ladder to climb in that game. People joke about it being a boss, though. I don't know if Zelda's really working out for me. As much as I like playing as Zelda, I don't know if this is going great. Alright, so this should take us to the next segment. Which is this little windy section. Ow. You know, that would actually be really brutal if that were to happen to you. Like, just getting hit by, like, rapidly spinning blades. Like, that would really hurt. Got an upper path and a lower path, I think. I forgot which is... or do we? We do not, okay. I was looking at the wrong section. Again, confirming with a map does have the downside of, bad reading directions. Do not have me navigate. It will not go well. I do miss being able to, like, short hop air in, like, from melee, because, like, I use that a lot, and that would help me out immensely, because I'm really bad at short hopping. So this should take us to the end, quote-unquote, but we have to defeat everyone first. So we're not quite there yet, obviously. Again, doing my best to avoid the encounters, just to speed this up a smidge. Hi Samus, ow. Nice to see you too, I guess. I'm pretty sure you don't fight Zero Suit Samus separately, it's just both together. Same with Zelda. At least I think they're not separate. I may be completely wrong, actually. I almost feel like I'm wrong. Maybe that doesn't have a sweet spot for the down tilt, or I'm just really bad at it today. That's the other option. I feel like Zelda's tilts are almost better than his smash attacks. One thing I love doing in Ultimate is trying to ledge counter with up B for Zelda, because her up B is actually not that bad in that game for dealing damage. And it's very satisfying to just like chip someone out with that, unless they start reading it, which is admittedly a problem, because I'm not the best at not telegraphing what I'm about to do. Locked door. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish the song in the actual, like, battling started from this point in the song, instead of the point in the song it actually starts from. Just because of, like... No, wait, I'm thinking of the wrong song. No, wait, there is an intro on it, I think. Like a spoken word thing at the start of it. Or am I thinking of something else? Again, probably my favorite Victory Road theme in the series is Gen 3's. Ow. Stop it. I wish I was better at actually lining that up. There we go. Pikachu is very light, so I thought that was gonna be enough. Alright, dead end, so now we have to go around. Like so, though I don't... No, wait, this is the right way. That's a big-ass room over there. I'm gonna go here first. This one doesn't have a fight, which is interesting. Oh. I see. Forgot about this. This is not where I thought I was going to be, somehow. Wow, my sense of direction's bad. I totally forgot this is the room I was in. One of these has an item stored away in a very sneaky spot. Like inside the conveyor belt, where it's really hard to see. Ow, I just want the... I'm losing so much damage trying to get this healing item. Which feels very counterintuitive, or counterproductive. Yeah, there should be like an item up here. It's just very hard to see. Yeah, we're in that room. Got it. Again, kind of lost track of which side of the area we're on. Just being an asshole with that. Alrighty, so that's all we have to do here. So now we have to survive, for one thing. Which is not something I'm great at in this game, is surviving. That's risky. Yeah, don't jump into pits of spikes. That would help. Okay, so I definitely missed a door up there. So we're gonna go back for that. Thought that was the way forward for some reason, but it's not. Oh, this is just a, like, heal door. Okay. I mean, I still need it. I'm not in great shape right now, but... I'm going to operate under the assumption I didn't forget anything else in this big-ass room. I feel like I've been pretty good about checking doors. So far, at least. Yeah, just double checking. Okay. So now we have this little room. This reminds me of a room in Rondo of Blood. Second time today I brought up this game, but like with the little sea creatures pop up as you're trying to get a key to the door that Maria is behind. Mostly because of the section of trying to carefully platform over water while holding a key. No swimming in Rondo, though. You just die if you fall in. Could've used that earlier, but it's fine. That's a game I really want to play again, is Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. Just haven't gotten around to it for some reason in full. I always get partway through and then get distracted. It's almost like I'm really easily distracted or something. Yeah, if I actually used stickers, this fight would be over way faster. But as is, it's taken a little bit of time, because I don't have like maxed out stats or anything. Again, I kind of wanted to not use those just because I wanted a slightly more like, you know, slight challenge. Again, I've talked about doing Xenoblade 2 like New Game Plus, but I would deliberately level down to like whatever the level of the story boss in question would be. Just because I wouldn't want to completely curb stomp it, because like that takes away some of the fun of it. I almost said Kazooie for a second. I'm not sure how I almost confused Kazooie and Ho-Oh. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is a warp room, but it also connects to another area that kind of loops in on itself, so I think we want to go down first. If I'm reading this correctly. So now we have a big-ass room with a lot of lava, so this will be fun in Zelda. Not at all horrific trying to get through. Oh hey, I star you. Yeah, this room sucks. I don't like going through this one. Case in point, trying to hit the switch of Zelda's driving me slightly nuts, I think. Actually, that works. You know what? As much as I complain, Zelda might be the best character for this. Yeah. Okay, and then... Nope, okay, very close call, but we survived, we're fine. And this is Bowser, which makes sense, lava area. Edge guard. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to fall off, and that actually prevented me from doing anything cool. It's fine. Getting back through that area with Ike is gonna suck, though. I do like the Path of Radiance design better than the Radiant Dawn one. I know there's an irony in that sentence somewhere. But yeah, not really a big fan of the Radiant Dawn design. For whatever reason. Well, that works. Thanks, Koopa. Okay, that did not go exactly as planned. Very much not as planned, but hey, we lived. Just kind of face-tanking lava, as you do. Now this is the actual way we want to go. Minecart time. I don't even hear any music here. It's so quiet. This feels like it needs like the Great Cave Offensive, like minecart music. Might be a little too chipper for the Great Maze though. Because this is kind of like a serious maze, not like, haha, adventure, oh god. Please don't put me at the start of the room. Thank you. Hi, Deity. I guess having Deity after a long-ass minecart kind of makes sense. Yeah, is this the Gourmet Race song again? Is that by the building? Damn it. That would've been cool if it had hit. I'm not the best at throwing items successfully. I don't know why that launched so far. Genuinely don't know why that launched as far as it did. For the thunder, because I didn't even have the hit on Pikachu there. Alright, where the hell are we? This room, got it. Ow. I should probably go back and, like, heal. Oh, hi, I kind of forgot this was up here. That's serendipitous. Do we want to go through the... I think we want to go through the other door first, which is over here. Hi, Falco. Huh. Interesting stage, because you have like these 4 platforms on the sides. I don't think any Smash Bros. Stage typically does that, now that I think about it. There we go. That worked. That should put us in a little side room with healing, thank goodness. I actually don't know if there's anything else in here of note. Just a trophy? Nothing else? Okay. That's fine. Okay, so now we want to go through this door. Which should take us to a really big ass room with the cannons. Like so. Don't know if this matters. Should be a dead end, yeah. So that's the end. Now we have Fox, which makes sense. What the hell happened to him when he almost just plummet? I know we're on normal, but the CPU behavior sometimes is inexplicable to me. Like just getting bodied sometimes and then having no problems other times. It's crazy sometimes how inconsistent the CPU's behavior can be. Oh. Pat the Fox? Oh, thank you. Which one? Actually, wouldn't have reached. 17%, god damn it. So now we have this little cannon to send us all the way back to the start, thankfully. So we don't have to walk all the way, or shoot. Or swim all the way, actually. Hi, Sai. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, pat the fox, as they say. And pat Pichu, too. I know Pichu's not in this game, but still. Oh god, I almost just rolled into the minecart. That would've been bad. Hi, Ridley. Oh no, we're fighting Ridley with 2 characters. This might suck. At least we don't have a time limit this time, so that's one mild consolation. I'm scared though, I don't like this fight. We didn't even see one of the really annoying fights, where, like parts of the fight, where you can grab onto the edge of the Blue Falcon, or the Great Falcon, which whatever this is called, and then just start shooting fireballs, and you'll basically lower the stage until eventually you'll probably die, I would presume. Oh hey, you need to stop speaking sometimes, because like, my ability to jinx thing needs to be studied in a lab. Okay, that's actually very good. And that just melts him, okay. Like, who's piloting this if, like, Captain Falcon is on top of it? So yeah, this loops back to the heal room. At least it should. Thank goodness, because we're down to 2 characters. So, I should probably save, huh? It's been a hot minute. We're about halfway through, so good time to save. 86%, not bad. The Great Maze takes up a large percentage of the total for this. Like a staggering amount is just the Great Maze. Hi Mario, why are you here? You'd think Mario would be earlier, given, you know, main character syndrome. That's not what that means. Main character syndrome is something very different. I'm just spamming at this point, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh good. Sticky bomb. I cannot believe that worked. Why'd that launch him upwards? I'm very confused by something that interactions in this fight. It's like, it shouldn't work that way. So now we are in the wilds. I do like the music here because it is the motif of Brawl. This game does like leitmotifs for its music, and I do like that usually. It can be a little much sometimes, like again, Galaxy to Galaxy 2, I have the issue of so many songs just use the motif of the main theme of Galaxy 2, to the point that it kind of means that a lot of music just kind of runs together for me. Like a lot of music in Galaxy 2 does not stand out to me whatsoever, which kind of sucks, versus the more like bespoke themes per area in Galaxy 1. But that's just my opinion on that. I'm kind of back and forth on it, depending on the use case of it. Where the hell am I, actually? Guess we move forward. Oh good, these guys. Actually, rapid hit moves are actually not bad, because they drain through the health before I can regen. Got this. Ow. We have that up there, which I actually don't know what this is even for. There's like an item up here or something. Oh, that breaks that. Okay, ow. Ouchie. Alright. Smooth. Well, I need to stop talking. I was about to be like, smooth sailing. It's like, okay. Game said, nope. Hi, Gallium. Pikachu is definitely not surviving this the way I play. Yeah, Brawl as a game is very interesting because it is a lot slower and feels like lighter than Melee gameplay-wise. Like, everything feels slightly floaty in this game, which creates the interesting conundrum of like, I find this game way easier to play than Melee just because it's a little bit slower, but it doesn't feel as like satisfying to do stuff in as a result. That's fine. I kind of didn't want to do this as Pikachu anyway, because he's not exactly great at fighting bosses. How much will this do? Not as much as I would have liked, okay. Actually, this is a good combo. Because then we get the, like, gradual damage of the curry mixed with, Captain Falcon's normal damage. Mid combo too, got him. I couldn't even pick up the trophy, I was moving too fast. So where the hell are we now? Okay. I mean, might as well get Pikachu back while we're here. Can we actually go through this door yet? Like this one? Yeah. I don't know how to get to that lower door on the map. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'm just gonna sprint. When you're the second fastest character in the game, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna try fighting. I'm just gonna run. Again, makes sense, because we've had Charizard in the ruins. Again, don't think you have to fight all three, just whichever one the Pokemon trainer decides to use at a given moment. Charizard makes sense again, because ruins. But poor Squirtle and Ivysaur. Oh no, okay. That was very risky on my part. Neat. Okay, so that should take us to the lower... Wait, where the hell are we? Big room. I think this room sucks, if I'm thinking of the right room. This is a room that sucks in the main game, too. Oh god. Case in point. The biggest thing I don't like is, like, the big, like... There's, like, a... I want to say Ferris wheel, for lack of a better term. Carousel, maybe. But, like, there's a set piece of, like, a bunch of items, like, platforms moving in a circle, and then you have a lot of enemies that are really annoying to fight, all crowded around. So yeah, I don't really like it, but I actually don't think it's this room now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm playing very smart here, as you can see. Oh, it is this one. Yeah, like, just getting chipped by a cannon sucks. It happens to me a lot, because of course it does. So I'm just gonna run through as quickly as I can. I cannot believe I survived that, I'll be real. Hi, Zelda, why are you here? This is actually one that doesn't make sense, because Zelda was nowhere near here. No, wait. I guess she technically is. Because, like, they take her to the ruins as a figure, as a trophy. Okay, Zelda's giving me a lot of trouble for some reason. Yeah, Ganondorf is like an echo of Captain Falcon, which always felt weird to me. Hell. Hey, we got a mirror going on. This will be great. I'm not gonna. Never mind. I was gonna be concerned about how well that would go, but that went very smoothly. And now this section's interesting because I think this is an auto-scroller in the main game. Unless it's some other area I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to be bothered. Yeah, this is an auto-scroller for sure, because you get launched onto this, like, while it's scrolling. It's terrifying when it happens. Ah, the two princesses are actually nearby. That actually makes sense. Problem is she has a counter, so I'm playing a... Wow, okay. 83%. I'm realizing how not knowledgeable in Smash Brawl I am, specifically, given that I'm amazed at how much certain moves are killing at low percent. Like, things I don't feel like should be killing at low percent are, which is interesting, for sure. Oh, like, Ike, it makes sense, because he's a heavy hitter, but like, Peach, I was not expecting that from. Alrighty, done here. So now we have to go all the way back. Can I make this? I can. While taking damage in the process, but it's fine, it's worth it. Yeah, kind of like an interesting way to like bring back old areas to make like a new level, basically. Oh yeah, we have to go through this thing again. God damn it. Yeah, like the knockback on that makes it really hard to actually survive. So yeah, I don't like this room very much. I'm gonna get the hell out as quickly as I can. One issue I actually do have with Brawl, genuinely, is having an adventure mode makes it kind of frustrating, because sometimes... Oh, I don't know how I perfect shielded that. See, now we're back in the main room. Definitely gonna stop and heal. Like so. And with that, we're actually almost done. We might be able to do this tonight. If we get very good luck on some upcoming fights, which I don't know if I'll have good luck on, so we'll see. Trying to gauge where to go. I think this just loops back around, actually. Yeah, like, these enemies just suck, because, like, they're multi-hit, and there's usually, like, 3 or 4 of them around, and then they just kind of stun lock you in place. Like, I can barely move because of their attacks. Like, it's just frustrating getting, like comboed like that. Okay, but we lived. We're fine. Not for much longer, but we're fine. Oh, hi, Wario. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to tap jump there, and I did not tap jump. It's kind of weird that Wario doesn't get his own, like, theme that's, like, serious, because there's not that much. Wario as a character is weird, because it just feels like he's mostly just known for, WarioWare nowadays, not so much anything else. Just gonna run. There is still the item in here. Hell if I remember which pit it is, and Ike is not a great character to be fumbling around with that. I think it's this one. Not? Oops. Door to Luigi. Like, I almost feel like it's a shame how much Wario's moveset is so tied to WarioWare. Like, I almost wish there were more elements of other Wario games. Even like, the GameCube one, Wario World. Maybe there are and I'm just forgetting. Like, I think the shoulder tackle, actually. And his, like, throws might be, but also my memory's bad, so... It's always interesting looking at, like, move stuff in games, both for a game like Smash Bros., which is like a crossover, seeing what moves are, like... There's probably something down there, isn't there? Seeing what moves take inspiration from source material and how they adapt things from the source material. I find that really interesting. Converse... Oh, good thing I went back, I guess. Nope, that actually just loops. Never mind. But with, like, returning characters also, I think it's really interesting, seeing videos on, like, how they adapt movesets into each game. A good example of that upcoming is Street Fighter 6 with Ingrid. I think it's really interesting seeing how they adapted her into a game, because it's been, like, 20 years since she was last in the game. And yeah, her moveset's basically intact, from what I can remember, like, or moves adjacent. But, like, a lot of moves are just, like, straight from, like, her version in, like, Alpha 3 and, Fighting Jam. Fighting Evolution. I think one region was Fighting Jam and one was Fighting Evolution, because I hear it both ways. But either way, it's like, it's funny looking at... I saw a video the other... Wow, okay, that doesn't go all the way through. Interesting. But I saw a video the other day, like, comparing Ingrid's movesets in both games, and yeah, it's interesting how much... She has a lot of her old moves still. God damn it. Platforming at 400% is not my favorite thing in the world, just because everything hurts like hell. And the knockback means I'm getting thrown around like a ragdoll, basically. Okay, we made it. We're fine. We lived. Hi, Rayquaza. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. We do not have anything super effective against this. Oh, only one time? Okay. You know a movie I've only seen one time is Destiny Deoxys? Like, genuinely, that's like the only advanced movie I've only seen one time. I remember in the server there was plans to watch it, but it was just like getting too late. And like a thing of like, oh, we'll do a bigger watch party for this movie another time so more people can watch, and then I don't think it ever happened. That was like a year ago. I'm just kind of mashing at this. Ow! I don't even know what that move would be in, like, Pokemon terms. Franklin Badge. Maybe that's a good idea, actually. That was not a good trade. Okay, that looked really weird, but it worked, so cool. Definitely not intentional. Like, not intended, but like... definitely a little glitchy behavior there. So now that we've done the full loop, we should get the actual... Oh, I never did that door up there. Oopsie. So I guess I have to go do that. Yeah, no, completely blanked on that, I guess. I'm trying to think of which way would be faster to get there, though. Yeah, I think this would still be faster. So yeah, that'll eat up some time, unfortunately, having to backtrack to that door. go. Okay. Now I have to do the climb up. Oh, that's in the... Oh, that's in the very bad spot, actually. Very inconvenient to get to. Alright. Again, I think we are making decent time, though. But again, having to do this little detour might be just enough to mean we can't beat this tonight. Which is slightly frustrating. I'm gonna do something dumb. Okay, yeah, you can't make that. I wonder if anyone can make that jump, though. That'd be a fun... See, that would be a good YouTube analysis there. It's like, can anyone make that jump? Like, I'd be fascinated to know. Oh, I know what went wrong. It's probably why... Because there was a door, I was like, why is this here? And it's probably because you can only access it from the other area. Yeah. Like that. So it's like, why is this here? It's to let you... Or like, why is the bomb block there? To let you get through there. To this door. Wow. Okay, I could have saved myself a lot of time if I'd caught that. Now from here, it's like, what would be the fastest way to a warp door is the other question. Because I don't think going back is actually going to be that fast. Going forward might be faster. Alrighty, we still have the summit area, so like Lucario and Ice Climbers. That was a good hit. Nope, barely not. For some reason, I'm surprised I cared. Yeah, with Captain Falcon, this shouldn't actually be that bad, but again, the fastest way might just be to run all the way to the other door. Because it's just this room, basically. Never got that item. I'm not entirely sure how item progress is tracked in this game. So that'd be something to look up someday. Yeah, it's this door down here. Yeah, that didn't actually take very long. Slight detour, but it's fine. Now, let's heal up. And then warp to somewhere. I guess we should warp to this one. Not that it really matters, both kind of go to the same place. I'm just double checking because I'm so scared of missing things again. I'm glad it marks things very easy, in a very easy to read way. Once you actually do the full... I think it's when you unlock all the warps is when they just straight up tell you. Hi, Lucas. I feel like you should be somewhere else, so I guess you were in the ruins. Nope, that's a not proper hit spot on that. I don't know why I keep going for this. This is not a good strategy. There we go. Voila. Piece of cake. And now we have this room. Oh, this is this room. Okay. I was not ready to actually catch myself there. Alright, yeah, this area really sucks in my opinion, just because platforming and avoiding all the ice enemies is really annoying. And you have all the, like, electric field guys, too, so it's like, just a perfect storm of really annoying enemies to fight. Oh no, barely. Did I miss a door? It looks like it should be up here. There it is. And the other one is probably in the next room, but just like the angle of it looks weird. Wow, we were really far away. That launched us pretty good. Ice Climbers, yep. Again, partly is intuiting like who we haven't seen yet. That was just me being careless. I feel like taunting after an SD is like the worst thing you can do as a Smash player, and I see people do that, and it kind of pisses me off, not gonna lie. Because, like, you didn't do anything. It's the tuxedo mask meme. Like, why you didn't do anything? Nice. Not enough to KO, but that should be enough to... Well, also Nana's gone, so... One good clean hit and Popo cannot recover. I should actually do this room first at the top. Oh god. Oh god, again. Oh jeez. This should be Lucario, because of course it will be. Wow, why am I dropping inputs on these jumps? Because it feels like it's not reading sometimes. Okay. Again, I actually had to move my Wii remote really close to my Wii U just to get it to not keep dropping inputs constantly, and it feels like it's still happening a little bit. That's a counter. So many characters have I think that's a meme, actually, is how many characters in Brawl have counters. I forget what Lucario's is called. It's not called counter, it's the name of an actual move. Is it protect? Or detect or something like that? Double team. Ah, that's not how double team works, so that's why I didn't think of it as such. Thank you. Again, I'm not really a Pokemon girly in terms of like encyclopedic knowledge. It's like I enjoy Pokemon. I'm not an expert at knowing all the minutiae of everything. Which bosses have we not fought? Because I swear I'm so it also doesn't reflect damage unlike most counters. True. I actually forgot about that detail. So yeah, we're in Fire Emblem Land now. Every Smash player's favorite location, Fire Emblem Land. I'm so mixed on it, because I get it, but I also feel like it's overblown. I definitely think the amount of Fire Emblem characters at this point is a little excessive, although like I fully admit that. But I also like Fire Emblem, so I feel like I don't mind as much as most. Oh, okay. Oh, we gotta wait for it to go all the way around. Oh. Nope, we gotta go up here. There we go. Piece of cake. Now we have Ike, because of course we do L. So yeah, who are we missing? Because I think we're still missing like 3 characters. Maybe a boss. I'm like trying to remember who it would be. Ganondorf actually might be one. Nice, okay. I think I edgeguard too much with Din's Fire, to the point that I sometimes save them in the process. When I think platforming characters, I think Zelda, clearly. Last save door. If I'm not mistaken. We're not gonna save though. I'm cocky. Yeah, last things are in the last, like, big room. Okay, so up there. We'll start up here. Actually don't know where this key goes. Ow. And it's kind of interesting because it's like not really themed to any Fire Emblem. It's just kind of Fire Emblem from the perspective of it's where you meet Ike and Marth. Actually, I have no clue where the other door would be. Oh, damn it. That means I have to go get the key again. Oh, hi, Marth. Should have expected you, actually, to be the one. Nice. Yeah, I definitely used Din's Fire too much. Ooh, wow, perfect shield with that. I need to use up tilt more, because Zelda's up tilt is actually really good. Or, that works too. So yeah, I think I have to go get the key again, unfortunately. Oh good, it gives us a cannon to like easily get all the way back. Whee! Yeah, that's actually really convenient. What's not inconvenient is dropping this key. Okay, I think that's actually where it is normally. Okay, last main encounter, I think. And it is Gandorf, as expected. I thought we had one more boss, but I guess that makes sense. We did fight 2 Ridleys, Gallium, Duan. I could have sworn there was another boss. But I guess not. Ow. I guess it makes sense for Gan to give us a hard time. I mean, he's kind of like one of the main instigators of the story. I'm trying to cheese him with counters, because I'm not sure what else to do while he's got the curry effect. Oh my god, okay. We're fine. Ow. Yeah, I don't know why I'm sucking so bad at this fight. I feel like I should be doing better than this. Oh my god, that was close. That almost traded in a very bad way. Hey, we did it. And that should actually loop us back to the start. So now the door is open. Yeah, we got time. We got 10 minutes. I think we might go long because of the credits, though. So, hey, that big, like, insta-kill move, Sonic just stopped it. Also, hi, Sonic's here. This was a big deal. Again, don't need to really give him much introduction in terms of personal history with the character, because, yeah, of course I have personal history with Sonic. It should be very obvious, with how many Sonic games I've already played on the channel. I'm kind of throwing a little bit here. Just because, again, I'm trying to show off all the characters, and I am not good as Sonic in this game. Or any Brawl, or like Smash Bros. Game, actually. Like, case in point, again, we just kind of threw away stock by picking Sonic, but it's fine. Final boss time, Taboo. I do not like fighting Taboo. I think this fight kind of sucks. Partly because of the instant kill, which he still has. And he just has a lot of really high damaging launching moves. So yeah, I just find him really obnoxious to fight. In a way that's just bordering on kind of cheap. I cannot believe I got that to work. That is not an easy spot dodging all 3. At least for me, because I'm bad at it. And, well, there goes Captain Falcon. Alright, Zelda's turn. We're through half the characters, and he is just about to hit half health. Which is not great. Like, in terms of just the progress and how we're doing on the fight. Like, this isn't the best in terms of overall, like, speed of which we're doing this fight. Oh, good. Big attack. Big laser. Okay. I mean, again, kind of threw with Sonic a little bit, but beyond that, the fight's going okay. Ow. I had to open my mouth. Is this technically Final Destination? I wonder if this is like the right size to be Final Destination. If it's a little bit, it almost feels smaller than actual Final Destination. That will probably kill. Okay, barely. Yeah, that would definitely kill 147%. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't dodge that. You just instantly die. So yeah, I'm actually glad I got the spot dodge just once at least. Because it's not something I do very well at. I should have picked Sonic later, just to have him like style on the boss at the end. But hey, we're done. GG's. Whew, again, I'll take it, because Taboo went real bad on my practice run to unlock everything. Stage clear, we got, like, nothing listed, which is weird, but we definitely did get a lot of, like, stickers and trophies and stuff. But yeah, we did it. I'm genuinely surprised we did it in like 2 streams. I thought it would take, like, 2.5. Long plays of this game that I was seeing online ranged from 4.5 to about 7 hours. So I really didn't have a good estimate of time, how long this would take. So yeah, genuinely happy about that. Again, the only real big fumble was like forgetting one character in the Great Maze. And obviously I missed a lot of items along the way, but it's fine. You got the lyrics. I don't know how accurate these are. I remember reading... I swear I read somewhere that these lyrics are not, like, the most literal translation. They're, like, heavily cleaned up kind of a thing. But I obviously don't know Latin, so... Yeah, this isn't Latin from what I recall. I think about, like... Nier, which has like a fake language. That person related to that man, I wish. Because then, again, I almost feel like we should have an Arxis character in a future Smash. I think it almost would be more likely to be a double tracking character though. Because that's more tied to Nintendo history. Like, I almost feel like it's Simon and Snake problem of, like, the main character for the company versus the one that has the most history tied to the company. So, or to Nintendo specifically. So yeah, I almost feel like Soul Bad Guy would make sense as, like, a company mascot, but, like, I feel like we'd get, like... Who did I miss? Good question. I think I only missed the 3 bonus characters, which should be unlocked after beating the story. And yeah, I missed a lot of like items along the way, but I think I got all the characters. I feel like someone would have pointed out if someone was missing on the roster. These credits are very long, by the way. And they're scrolling very quickly. Yeah, that's Subspace Emissary. My overall thoughts are this was like the coolest thing ever when I was a kid, and nowadays I'm like, it's still cool. Again, the cutscenes really carry it, because I don't think the gameplay is like amazing or anything. I kind of had the opinion that Melee's adventure mode almost feels better just because it's a little bit snappier. Because this is like very involved in a way that's less replayable. And also kind of has the downside of the level design being a little bit bland, I think. Aesthetically, it feels very bland, but that's also 2008 gaming, to be honest. The 2000s were not my favorite time in gaming for a ton of reasons. People are now, you know, waxing poetic about the good old days, and while there's definitely no shortage of reasons to have those opinions, and I do agree with a lot of those opinions, I do also feel like nostalgia plays a huge role in terms of people like, oh, this game was great, it did, you know, there ain't nothing like this anymore. And that is true to an extent, but that also does mean that good games aren't being made now. Like, Mina the Hollower comes out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah. That feels crazy to say. Yeah, overall I still had a really good time. It still definitely introduced me to a lot of franchise. Don't make them like this anymore, both in the nostalgic and the derogatory sense. Yeah, basically. Wow, the credits were actually shorter than I remember them being. But I don't think we have time to do the secret fights tonight. Just because you have to replay a bunch of the levels and then do a secret fight, I think. So those are Jigglypuff, Wolf, and Toon Link. And those are annoying because you have to backtrack to them every time you want to refight them. So yeah, we're not gonna do that tonight. We're gonna pick that up next time, probably next Monday. And then, because we really don't have much left, we might just try to get through the rest of the content. Now it's gonna tell us about all the songs we found. Oh my god, I'm on one. Oh hey, I forgot that was a thing. I didn't unlock everything. Yeah, we have Classic All-Star Stadium. Which I feel like shouldn't have too much to it. Like, this should be relatively fast to go through all four of these. This will take a bit, but again, I might just only do like 100 just for the sake of time, because it's the same thing, just different modifiers on top of that. Training mode, we don't really need to go through. Group, not really. Maybe check out the vault a little bit, because I think I kind of forgot to do that for Melee, now that I'm thinking about it. Event mode's gonna take a bit, like at least an hour. But I think it's feasible that we can do all of this next time. At least I would like to attempt it. Yeah, if we load back into Subspace Emissary, I think a couple levels that we had marked as completed, like the forest, are now showing not completed, because there are... Wow, I actually got everything in the Great Maze. I'm genuinely surprised. That is not easy to do on a first run, as scuffed as that run was. I'm actually super happy about that. But yeah, I don't remember where we start. Probably the forest is where we'll start. The forest, the ruins, and the swamp, I think, are the three that have the bonus levels, so that means we have to go through those again, so that'll take a bit. But once we're done with that, we'll tackle Classic All-Star and a bunch of other modes. Wow, I'm really happy about that. I genuinely didn't think we'd get through all that today. I thought we'd get to like Taboo basically, or like not even Taboo, but like halfway through the Great Maze and have to stop. So I'm genuinely happy about that. Owie, I'm tired. This is the first time I've done Wednesday and Friday back to back. Actually, without skipping Wednesday in a long time, and I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it, you could say. Cause, yeah, I'm very winded and tired. Thank you, Serena. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. If you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications when I go live in the future. I have a YouTube channel for posting edited down versions of streams, and hopefully more content in the future. I keep saying that, and I keep putting off the video essays I want to make. I have a VOD channel, it's an archive. I have a Ko-Fi as a tip jar, I have a throne, I missed Blue Sky, and I have a throne for sending me stuff, the latter two being completely optional, but any additional support is greatly appreciated. I also have a Blue Sky for posting updates when I go live, and other things I find interesting. My body hurts. I think I've been sitting here too long. Ow. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I don't know what to do now, because I'm pooped. I'm very wiped out. Like, my neck hurts at the moment. So perhaps I should just take it easy, instead of trying to find a raid message and everything. Unless y'all really want to do a raid, in which case we can do it, but... I always like to give the option, but also I'm shy about raiding people for whatever reason. I have anxiety. Yeah, maybe in this headspace I should just call it here. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thanks to Star and Freeze again for the raids. Really appreciate it. Go follow them if you aren't already. And yeah, schedule for the week. Monday, we're gonna continue this. We're gonna get the last 3 characters in Subspace Emissary, and then move on to all the other modes. Again, might go long if we're just like barely out of range for getting everything. Wednesday will be a variety day, hopefully. My original plan was to do the DLC for Shovel Knight, because I've actually never played those, but I realized Serena's not gonna be here, and Serena's super into this, so it's like, I should probably wait until Serena can be around for this. Friday should be... if we finish Brawl on Monday, Friday will be the start of the next Fox Girls favorites, which will be The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. Instead of doing the original, I'm just gonna do... well, my thinking, Serena, was you might be traveling on Wednesday. I guess you would be there by then. But yeah. My original thought was to do... well, I guess my original thought was to do HD, because I think it's easier to play, but I also have done some things to it, TM. So, hey, look forward to that. If you like Wind Waker, you might have a surprise when I stream it next. Fox Girls favorites. That's gonna be long, because I haven't decided how I want to do the Wind Waker, because I have the option of a 3-heart run, because I've done that before, and I also haven't done an 100% run for a while, but the problem is, Wind Waker 100% is really long. So, yeah. I don't know how long that would take, but yeah. We'll see. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna crash, actually. I'm not feeling that 100% after all that. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by, and yeah, we'll hopefully be back in the very near future for more fun games. But yeah, thank you all, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their evening, a good weekend, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back soon to finish up this game. But yeah, good night everyone, take care.